In 1957, the Blue Angels became equipped with high-performance aircraft with the arrival of the supersonic F-11F Tiger. In 1969, we received the McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom and flew this supersonic jet until 1974, when we transitioned to the A-4 Skyhawk. In 1987, we acquired the F-18 Hornet and demonstrated its reliability over 34 show seasons. We are now in our 4th year of flying the combat-proven Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet.
It too. Yeah, I have mine on. Jody. Say, look, Jody. Very nice. You're done? Oh.
The pilots and crew chiefs will now start the General Electric engines that power the F-18. The noise level will soon become too high for you to hear a description of the checks they will be performing. However, please note that each aircraft was carefully inspected by expert Blue Angel maintenance personnel prior to this afternoon's aerial demonstration. The Blue Angels fly the Boeing FA-18 Super Hornet, a multi-mission strike fighter, versions of which have been operational throughout the fleet since 2001.
Tell them to start your engine.
that my transgression still in my heart somewhere. There's melody and harmony for you and me tonight. I hear them call my name. Everybody says, say something, say something, say something, say something, say something, say something. I don't wanna get caught up in the rhythm of it, but I can't help but say, no, I can't help but.
Take off, check. Yes, that's push up. Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trip. Check the heading by heading 0.9. Check your altimeter set 2935 for incorrect descent of 1 elevation at 0 feet. Check your bearing, check your FPS 15, 30, 30, 40, 12, 9, check your PCL, my time. Bring up the trash. Push up. Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke on.
Good afternoon, Bob. Altimeter winds are calm. Altimeter 2998 for a corrected altimeter of 2935 for a center point elevation of 0 feet and a density altitude of 2,100 feet. Bob squawk 1201, first Bob squawk 1205, ground squawk 1206. They are clear to back taxi runway 5, line up and wait runway 5.
Taxi hello, cleared to taxi. Line up and wait, runway 5.
The Blue Angels taxi in tight formation, just as you will see them perform here this afternoon. This degree of precision has been a trademark of the Blue Angels since first established 78 years ago. 17 officers and 143 enlisted personnel comprise the Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron. Pilots 1 through 4 fly in the diamond formation, showcasing the precision flying required of Navy and Marine Corps aviators, while pilots 5 and 6 fly as solos, demonstrating the maximum performance capability of the aircraft. Once again, I'm Lieutenant Connor O'Donnell from Freeport, Maine, Blue Angel number 7, the narrator for the flight demonstration, as well as the pilot for the key influencer and media personnel we normally fly at each show site. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Commander Brian Mott from Englewood, Colorado, is the Squadron Naval Flight Officer and Events Coordinator. Commander Bryce Abishon from Washington, Missouri, serves as the squadron's executive officer. Lieutenant Commander Greg Jones, our maintenance officer from Cary, North Carolina, is responsible for the men, women, and equipment that keep our aircraft flying. From Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, our assistant maintenance officer is Lieutenant Commander Natalia Lucetti. From Williamsburg, Virginia, the Blue Angels flight surgeon is Lieutenant Commander Philippe Warren. From Dayton, Ohio, our supply officer is Lieutenant Junior Grade Mara Mason. And from Hagerstown, Maryland, our public affairs officer is Lieutenant Ben Basham. Our Boeing technical representatives are Mr. Jack Ralph from Fort Worth, Texas, Mr. Todd Lawson from Tigard, Oregon, and Mr. Landy Harnischfager from Nantucket, Massachusetts. Our financial management analysts are Mrs. Deborah Johnson from Pensacola, Florida, and Mrs. Amanda Willenberg from Warrenton, Virginia. And our administration representative is Mr. Aries Wilkins from Columbia, South Carolina. They're on the runway now, establishing fingertip formation. They'll accelerate their engines to 80% power. Carefully check their engine instruments and give Commander Armitage a thumbs up, indicating they're ready to go. With a signal from each of his wingmen, Commander Armitage will call for the selection of Afterburner, and the Blue Angel Diamond will initiate this afternoon's aerial demonstration. Accelerating to 150 miles per hour, he'll pull back on the stick, flying the formation into the air. Immediately after liftoff, Lieutenant Commander Lee will call for the landing gear and flaps to come up as she moves into the slot position. And they'll commence the Diamond Burner Go, low transition on takeoff.
AMO, update on recon call. We have the airfield and the airspace. Yeah, clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
Thanks, AMO. Clear for takeoff. Solos, we're clear for takeoff. Solos, ready to go, boss. Boss, we're clear for takeoff. Winds are calm. Check your parker brake off. Check your trim set. Check your nozzle steering on. Maneuver. Time and gonna go. Low transition. Left turn out. Here we go.
Now to the right, Commander Armitage calls, smoke on, off brakes now, burners ready now, and the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice that the smoke is no longer visible while the engines are in afterburner. Blue Angel number 5 is rolling and will complete the dirty roll on takeoff. The Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily be making its approach from the right. In relatively slow speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at the precision flying that produces the 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation between these 4 aircraft. From the right, the section of the Diamond is approaching for a maneuver that is likely familiar to those of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right, at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond Roll. All 4 aircraft flying as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver.
Thank you. Good to see
He
you.
goes, story.
The 2 solo pilots will next demonstrate the inverted flight capability of the F-18. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing inverted to inverted roll. To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver. Approaching center point on Commander Armitas's command. All 4 pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees. Diamond aileron roll. Here's Commander Armitas. Pilots and aviation enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by the 2 solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Stengel and Commander Zimmerman will establish a mirror image formation. However, look closely, as both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration, as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis. For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of the F-18, Commander Armitage has called for the extension of the landing gear and tail ropes by the 4 Diamond pilots, while Commander Zimmerman in Blue Angel number 6 turns his smoke on and attempts to overtake them by center point at airspeeds approaching 600 miles per hour. From the left, the dirty, clean flat pass. hot pilot are both in the inverted position. From the right, the Blue Angel double varvel.
Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. The big shiny cage, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot.
From behind the spectator area, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are approaching the flight line at 400 miles per hour. Having rolled their aircraft 270 degrees and crossed with minimum separation, watch as both pilots sustain 6 times the force of gravity to cross their aircraft over show center. The 4 Diamond pilots are now stacked down and aft on a 45-degree bearing line to establish a right echelon formation. From the right, at 378 miles per hour, the Blue Angel Echelon Parade.
So why I talk to little baby? I'll show you, but I ain't one killer baby. She's 20 years telling me I'm still a baby. I get a little bit straight like a skillet baby.
Setting up for their next maneuver, Blue Angels 5 and 6 are converging on center point to demonstrate the rapid roll range of the F-18's fly-by-wire flight control system. Crossing center point, they will complete 2 consecutive rolls, totaling 720 degrees, with a combined closure rate of over 800 miles per hour. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing horizontal rolls. To the left, Commander Armitage is calling for a formation change, shifting the wingman into a left echelon formation. From the left, at 350 miles per hour, the Blue Angel left echelon you have seen firsthand the ability of a tactical aircraft at high speed to sneak into a target area virtually undetected. Commander Zimmerman will complete the maneuver with a left turnout, while Lieutenant Commander Stengel completes his rendezvous with the Diamond to the right. to the right. Lieutenant Commander Stengel has joined the Diamond in a line abreast formation. Still maintaining minimum separation, the pilots must now align themselves by looking 90 degrees from their flight path toward Commander Armitage's aircraft. From the right, at 350 miles per hour, the 5-plane line abreast flat pass. For another formation change prior to detaching Blue Angel number 5.
I remember somebody that used to cover their ears all the time with loud noises.
I never go to keep scared of the sound, but it's
You have seen several flight profiles of the F-18. The 2 solo pilots will next demonstrate precision roll rate control. Approaching center point, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, pausing after each 90 degrees of rotation, crossing center point in the inverted position. Ladies and gentlemen, the opposing 4-point hesitation roll. From behind the crowd, Commander Armitage is rolling out the diamond formation for another dynamic maneuver, the low brake cross. Approaching center point, each pilot will perform an individual brake turn and exit the flight line in a separate direction. Back towards the flight line. Each able to follow their individual smoke trails as all 4 aircraft converge on center point with maximum closure and minimum separation. to the left, the Diamond is rolling out to demonstrate the awesome power of these General Electric F414 engines. Let's listen as Commander Armitage calls for the selection of Afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. As they pass over center point, you will hear and feel the thunder of 8 engines producing 168,000 pounds of thrust. Stengel and Commander Zimmerman are approaching to demonstrate the slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet in the clean configuration. They'll pass before you virtually standing Blue Angels 5 and 6 on their tails. At less than 120 miles per hour, the fly-by-wire flight controls provide the slow speed handling that sets the Super Hornet apart in the air-to-air combat arena. Ladies and gentlemen, the Section High Alpha Pass. Pensacola, Florida, completed an intensive winter training period at Naval Air Facility El Centro. The beautiful weather of Valley provided us with the optimum conditions to fly each of the demonstration pilots on the 120 training flights necessary prior to our first public demonstration. Our shoot season opened on the 9th of March and runs through early November. The Blue Angels will perform 65 flight demonstrations this season while visiting 32 cities throughout the United States. The next portion of our flight demonstration will showcase all 6 aircraft flying together in formation. The Blue Angel Delta has been our signature 6-plane formation since 1958. Behind the crowd to the right, the 2 solo pilots have joined the Diamond to form the Blue Angel Delta. From the right, at 200 miles per hour, the slow speed Delta flat pass. All 5 wingmen maintaining position as they slowly pass over center point. From the right at 400 miles per hour, all 6 aircraft are approaching for the maneuvering Delta. As they pass over center point, you should get a good look at the Delta set used by the 5 wingmen.
There they are.
Taking you home. Rather burn fast, let it burn slow.
For a description of our maneuvers, as well as an in-depth look at our team and individual biographies, we invite you to visit our website and follow us on social media, including Facebook and Instagram.
Sun changing the atmosphere, architecture unfamiliar. I can get used to this. Time flies by in the yellow and green. Stick around and you'll see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. If you need me, you know where I'll be. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone. I'll be riding shotgun underneath the hot sun, feeling like a someone.
In front of the crowd, the Delta is making its approach to the flight line. Approaching center point, the entire formation will separate in dramatic fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Angel Delta Breakout.
Good times go by too fast.
Ladies and gentlemen, your United States Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron represents a time-honored tradition of pride, professionalism, and excellence, spanning 113 years of naval aviation. The 2024 team takes a great deal of pride in saluting Navy and Marine Corps aviators, maintenance crews, and support personnel everywhere. From the left, your 2024 Blue Angels. demands placed upon naval aviators is that they be able to land their aircraft on a ship at sea. Whether it be a tactical jet, a propeller-driven aircraft, or a helicopter, each requires skill which the naval aviator must master. In order to perfect this skill, Navy and Marine Corps pilots spend a great deal of time in the landing pattern, practicing carrier approaches. In front of you now, Commander Armitage and his wingmen are demonstrating a simulated carrier pattern. Approaching the runway from the left, Commander Armitage is confirming that the landing checks have been completed and that each aircraft is in fact ready to land. Rolling out on final, they make constant power and lineup corrections, maintaining the optimum rate of descent for the proper touchdown point. The demonstration pilots you have been watching perform here this afternoon are but a small part of the Blue Angel team. The men and women in blue uniforms standing before you are members of the elite Blue Angel maintenance crew. Through hard work, many long hours, and unselfish dedication, they have each year for the past 78 years provided us with the aircraft availability necessary to perform each of these flight demonstrations. As the aircraft taxi back, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the Blue Angel maintenance crew. Command Master Chief Matthew Dawson from Racine, Wisconsin. Maintenance Master Chief Hector Miramontes from Pico Rivera, California. Maintenance Chiefs Bradley Jordan from Jacksonville, Florida, and Joseph Bishop from Cedar Key, Florida.